Hello, everybody, and welcome to this first aid kit for your nervous system. I love this product, and I am so excited for you to dive into this and have this in your back pocket. You will notice that all of the audios are downloadable, so you can keep them wherever you need them, so that you can access them easily. But before we started, I wanted to just sort of explain the the nervous system, and B, all of the different resets in this first aid kit. Because I want you to understand what is actually happening inside your body when your nervous system becomes dysregulated, because knowledge is healing. And I think so many of us move through life believing that we are failing somehow, that we're too emotional, too anxious, too sensitive, too reactive, too shut down, just too much. But often, what we're actually experiencing is a nervous system that has spent too long trying to protect us. Your nervous system is constantly scanning your environment and your experiences, asking one core question: Am I safe? And then, depending on the answer, your body moves between these two primary states. So, you've got the parasympathetic nervous system, which is we often call the rest and digest. And this is when the body feels safe and the breathing slows and your digestive system functions really effectively. Your hormones regulate more easily. The reproductive system functions more optimally. You sleep better. The immune system works better. And this is also the state where we tend to feel more present, more grounded, more emotionally balanced and connected to ourselves. So then the second state is the sympathetic nervous system state. And this is the body's survival response. This is fight or flight. This is when the nervous system perceives danger, stress, overwhelm, and the body prepares to protect you. So what happens is that your heart rate increases, your muscles tighten, your breathing changes, your stress hormones rise. And most importantly, the body temporarily redirects its energy away from the systems that are not essential for immediate survival, which means that your digestive system doesn't work optimally. Your reproductive system can slow down. So that means that digestive stomach issues are going to become more prevalent. Your libido might disappear. Your sleep is going to be disrupted. Your hormones are going to be impacted because, from your body's perspective, survival comes first. Now, this is not a bad response. This is actually really intelligent of the body. But the problem is that so many of us have spent so long in this stressed state, feeling overstimulated, hypervigilant, like emotionally overwhelmed, that the nervous system no longer remembers how to fully switch off. So we become stuck in patterns of dysregulation. And these patterns show up in lots of different ways. And I want to walk you through the four different ways that your body can respond, because I've created a reset for each of these. So you've got fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. Now, the first is flight, and this one feels like anxiety, urgency, overthinking, racing thoughts, restlessness, and that feeling that you can never quite fully switch off. Because the body believes it's got to keep moving and planning, and it's got to stay ahead. The second is fight. So this is going to feel like irritation, frustration, anger, defensiveness, emotional reactivity. And the nervous system prepares to protect through control and resistance and pushing back. Now, the third one, freeze, this feels like shutdown, numbness, exhaustion, disconnection, overwhelm. Like your body and mind simply stop knowing what to do next. Then the fourth is fawn. And this is an interesting one because it's often the least recognized response, but it can basically look like people pleasing, over accommodating, struggling with boundaries, hypervigilance around other people's emotions, and abandoning your own needs in order to maintain safety and connection. And sometimes you don't know which state you're in. Sometimes you just feel overwhelmed, just like jangled, emotionally flooded, disconnected from yourself. And that's completely normal too. The nervous system is complex and it's deeply human. And that's why I've created this first aid kit, not to diagnose you or to pathologize you, but just to help you return to yourself. So, whilst understanding the nervous system can be incredibly helpful, you also don't need to perfectly diagnose yourself. Sometimes you may clearly know the state you're in, and you may recognize racing thoughts and urgency and anxiety and know that you're in flight response. Sometimes you may feel numb and shut down and recognize that you're in freeze, etc. But sometimes you might just feel overwhelmed and disconnected. And that's why I've created a range of other resets. So, the main one that I want to draw your attention to is the general nervous system reset. This is a place to simply come back to when you don't know exactly what you need. Then we've got the overwhelm reset. We all know when we feel overwhelmed, when you've just got so much going on and you just are in a state of overwhelm. So, there's a reset for that. We've got an anxiety reset as well. So when you've got those really physical feelings of anxiety, just like that constant sensation of stress, there is a reset to help you deal with that. And then you're also going to find a panic to presence reset for moments of acute anxiety or panic. Then we've got a reset for overthinking when the mind is spiraling or catastrophizing. We've also got a reset for the self-critic. Now, this is a big one because sometimes when we are in our nervous system overwhelmed, when we're in that sympathetic nervous system, the self-critic goes, yeah, field day, here we go, guys. I can really go in on them today. So I want to give you this one when you recognize that the stories that you're telling yourself are becoming cruel. Self-critic reset is what you want to find. I've also got a scroll reset for those moments when you have been doom scrolling and you've just too much information, stimulation, and you're feeling like mentally overloaded and kind of disconnected from yourself. There is a sleep reset for those nights when your body just feels tired, but the mind will not let go. And then there's also one which is about before a difficult conversation. This is one that I think really is going to be useful because we all have those moments where you're like, I've got to have that conversation, and then all of the other parts of you start whirring frantically. So this one is going to center you, bring back your power. And then I think this is the final one. I may have missed one out, hopefully not. The final one that I want to draw your attention to is the coming home reset. This is for when you feel slightly lost. When you just lost touch with yourself and you just want to reconnect, just remember who you are. So all of these resets and this first aid kit is just like not about perfection. It's not about always staying calm. That's unrealistic. It's simply about learning how to support your nervous system with more awareness and compassion and softness, just little bit by little bit. And perhaps most importantly, these practices are not reminders that you're failing because you become dysregulated. You're human. You're going to become dysregulated. Your nervous system is going to try to protect you. So these are about allowing yourself a moment. Each meditation, no, they're not meditations. Each reset is about finding a moment with yourself and just doing exactly that, a little moment of reset. So whenever you're ready, choose the reset that feels most supportive for you today. And I want your feedback. If there's a reset that I've missed, then let me know. I would really love to find out what feels important for you in your world. Okay, so thank you so much for being here. Thank you for trusting me. And I really hope that you find these resets help you in your life. Okay, take care.